Hello. Today in this video, let's see the problem word break. So we are given a string and we are also given words in this dictionary, and we need to return true if the string can be formed using the words in this dictionary. So first let's consider a string. Let's say we are given the string army, and it's a reference from a show, and the dictionary, let's say we have the words army, my, and ant. Alright, so we need to check whether this string can be formed using the words in this dictionary. Right, so we can observe that it has army and it has ant, so it can be formed. But how do we check that? We need an algorithm for that. Right, so what can we do? Let's say I start from ARM and I get it's a word, but if I divide it here, I'm left with YANT, and even if I divide YANT into substrings, I still cannot form any that. It won't be complete. So this is one possibility, and I have to check the possibility with ARMY, and then again in the remaining of the substring, I should see if this can be further divided into words or if it's a single word, and then we'll get the solution. So to me this seemed like a dynamic programming problem, so I tried to solve a bit similar to what do we say, knapsack or longest common subsequence using the memoization table. Okay, so now we have the tabular form. So what this represents is that if we row represents the, we can think of this row represents the start of the substring, and any column represents the end of the substring. Okay, for example, if I take this position, it is starting from A and ending till Y, army, ARMY. Alright, and what we fill in here is what is the maximum length of the valid word. So if we see this example, it will be clear. Okay, so here first we fill these zeros because there's nothing to start, and now let's start from here. Okay, so we start with A and it ends with A, so it's just the first character. So we do not have anything in the first character, so we keep it as 0. AR, nothing. ARM, yeah, we have ARM here. So what we can do is, as we are at the start from A till M, so ARM, so we keep the length of the valid substring, I mean that we can form from the start. So from start saying A until M. Okay, so I was able to form a valid substring, so I just write its length. Then Y, yeah, starting from A till Y I was able to form it, and ARMYA, nothing. Okay, now I start with R. Okay, and I start with R as well, because word cannot go back. I cannot go RA because it's not valid. I can only go forward. Starting from R, I can have just R or RMY. But so if before starting with R, what I check is whether the string before this, whether it's valid or not. What I'm asking is whether just substring before R, just A, whether it's valid or not. Okay. As it's invalid, we do not have any base form, so I just put base as 0, and any string I form from here, even that's not valid. So what I do, I just take the maximum value from the above, saying that so A to M, it's 3, 4, 0, 0, 0. Okay, and R to R is also 0 as well. Now I'm starting with M. What I check is whether AR is a valid word. Okay, so if it's not valid, so again my base is 0, and what I do is, like, as I cannot form valid words starting with M, I just take all the words that have been formed. Okay, now I'm at Y. So the previous substring is arm and it's formed, so my base is 3. Okay, my base is 3, and with Y, what that means is, like, the previous string, it's valid. From now I need to construct whatever possible substrings starting from Y. So I start from YY. So ARM 3, that's valid, and there's nothing called just Y, it's not valid. Okay, but if I see at the top, army is valid. Okay, so I take the maximum of these, so 3 is the base and just Y, so it doesn't form anything, so it doesn't exist in the dictionary, so its length is 0. Or I can take from the top, that's maximum that's been formed till Y, so that's 4. Got it? And YA, base is 3 and YA is not a substring, so 0. And maximum, what's the maximum? 0, so I just take 3. Similarly, and here as well. Now I'm starting with and, so I need to know the word till army is valid. Yes, we can check. If we check the position 4, 4, we know that army is valid, so our base is now 4, and we construct on that base. So now I start here 5, 5. Okay, base is 4 plus A is not valid, so 0. Or I can see what's, if something has been previously formed, 3, so maximum of this is 4. And now and, so and is valid, 4 plus, as and is valid, its length is 3. Okay, and maximum previous, like, what was the previous maximum that could be formed? 3. So out of these, 7 was the maximum. So as you can see, we were able to form the whole substring, and this, while forming this, even the previous substrings were also valid, right? So this means, we continue this and get 7 over here as well, and we check whether this position has the length of the string, and if it's true, then we return as true. Okay, so now let's see the code. When I saw the code pattern, I felt it was a bit similar to an abstract problem. Now let's, so here I've built a table. So I'm starting from first position, because zero in 0th position there's no string. I mean, I'm starting from first character. Okay, it's not array based indexing. I'm just counting naturally. So I start from 1 and till the end of the array. Okay, so base, it's nothing but what is the previous so I'm starting with ith position. So whether all the characters before this position, whether do they form a word, that's the base. So let's have a look. So if you can see here, when you are starting with y, our base is ARM. So to check that, we check array of 3,3. Okay, our ith position, I mean, we are at 4th character y. So to see the length of the base, we go to 3,3 and its value is 3. So this is our base. So what we do is, from now here we check from 4th character, we try to form all the possible substrings starting from here. So YA and T. Okay, and we check whether the substrings are present in the dictionary. If they are present in the dictionary, what we do is, whether we check if they are present in the dictionary, we see what's greater, the base plus their length, or can we directly use what's formed above. In some cases, when the base is 0, this will be smaller, base plus the length. So, and then we might have the previously formed string might be greater. Or if the substring doesn't exist, what we do is, we just take the previously formed string, because we know it will be maximum, it might be maximum. And now once we do this, we fill the upper diagonal of the array and we return this element and check if it's equal to length of the string. If it's true, then we return it as true.